Number 6, Pulling Teeth. Oh boy. I was, I think like any kid, I had kind of a attention. I don't want to say I'm ADD, but kind of a never really paid attention. A short attention span to things that were slow. I liked music that got you going, which is why the next song on this, I'm gonna talk about it here in a couple minutes. That's why I love the next track is much more than this one. I skipped over this a lot when I was a kid, growing up, and I know my parents didn't listen to it that much. And the subject matter is something that they touched upon a couple times now. For anyone who's listened to the album, warning, there's a song called Blood, Sex, and Booze, which is about a mistress, a dominatrix. So, boom, there you go. It's about, being tortured, being tied up, for sexual pleasure, all that stuff. So, I'm not going to get into all that right now, because I know there are children watching this video. Hi, little Jimmy, little Teresa. I don't know anybody about those names. Pulling Teeth is exactly like that. It's about being in an abusive relationship. That's it. Pretty blunt, not really subtle. And what I love about it's done in such an upbeat, pleasant manner too. Like the music and the tone of voice is just so feels chipper, but the subject matter is obviously very dark. The opening line is, "I'm all busted up, broken bones and nasty cuts. Accidents will happen, but this time I can't get up. She comes to check on me, making sure I'm on my knees." And I can't remember the rest right now. The chorus is cool though. "Is she ultra-violent? Is she disturbed? I better tell her that I love her. Or she'll do it all over again. Oh God, she's killing me." That's still catchy even after all these years, and man is it dark. So, looking back, I never listened to this song as a kid, but I love it now. I'm a weird person. She takes me again, just can't say my own. Waiting festival to Alright, number 7, a song that I think many were looking forward to me discussing, and I'm going to do so now. Number 7, Basket Case.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once?
Oh God, this song's amazing. This is a song I put as my... A few years ago when I was about 17, 18, I put together a top 50 Green Day song list just because I love them so much. I talk about them all the time, I write about them. I even tried to do a review of their 3 new albums, but I stopped after Dose, so I screwed up on that regard. Basket Case is the song I put as my number 1. And I still hold true to that. I will go ahead and say Basket Case is my favorite Green Day song. Why? Well, besides the fact that it is just catchy as hell and kicks so much ass, it has sentimental value, believe it or not. Basket Case is the first song I ever heard by Green Day. I remember very vividly, maybe not very vividly, when I was 5 years old, MTV being on the television, and that music video for Basket Case coming on the TV. I loved it. Even as a little kid especially, and my dad loved it. I remember that's also why I really got into the song, because my dad loved the song. I don't think my mom cared too much for it, but whatever. That is what it is. Basket Case, the video was just great. Like, it catches your attention. It's so weird, and I honestly, without looking it up, I still don't understand the idea of the people with the masks with the chubby cheeks. I don't get that. I still really don't. It confuses the hell out of me, I'll admit it. And maybe that's just my ignorance of the drug world, the drug-using world, as obviously Green Day's been privy to. It's in their damn name. It's what it means, Green Day, to have a Green Day lighted up. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what those people are, the drug users, the drug addicts. I don't know. But I never paid attention to them. I thought they were funny looking, but I paid attention to the band. And I love the setup for this. I just love it. And I still when I listen to the song and I imitate Billy Joe, and I imitate, when I sing the song, I'll admit I sing the song a lot, I emulate their style, like Billy Joe. Throughout the whole video, every time you see him, he's neurotic as fuck, He's clearly hyped up on something. I still love it today. I'll still watch it. It's still entertaining as hell. And that is what Green Day is to me. Basket Case is Green Day. Number 8, She.
You worry. She screams in silence. A sullen riot penetrating through her mind.
This is another one of those songs that I was never into that much as a kid. Again, because of kind of the, generally slow nature. I hate to use that word, and I don't mean it in a derogatory sense. But just, it wasn't fast-paced. It wasn't like Basket Case or Welcome to Paradise. It didn't get me going. Like I said, I was a kid who loved to rock out, a kid who loved to just go nuts with the music, I never really liked stuff that was kind of slow and subtle, and that's, and admittedly, that's not a good way to live, sure. That's why I couldn't get into bands like Pink Floyd or even Nirvana, really, I love Nirvana today, but, just like I said, growing up, when you're a kid, you don't think about the fine art, you don't think about the little, characteristics of each music band or something like that. You don't think about that. You don't think about what Kurt Cobain went through. You don't think about what Jim Morrison of The Doors, the life he lived, I never liked The Doors when I was a kid much either. I like them now. I respect them because of Jim Morrison and what they went through, and what they brought to the table. It's great because it's a song that kind of shouts to those kids who maybe feel rejected or feel like they're not good enough. And it's a song that speaks to them. It's gives them a voice, and and says, hey, I understand. I understand if you don't feel like you fit in or feel like you are worth a damn. And I love the performance again. I keep going back to the performances. If you ever see the music video for She, there's not really a music video, but if you ever see the live performance of it, please do it. Do yourself a favor.
Bye.
Number 9 is Sassafras Roots.
This song's called Sassafras Roots, alright? Let's go! Around your house, wasting your time. Go on vacation, just wasting your time.
Okay, as far as this album goes, I pretty much listened to more or less everything as a kid. I never listened to this one that much. And look, you know what? To be honest, I still don't really like it that much. But it's catchy, and I think it's a very straightforward, very simple song. Something that I feel like they had to put on this album. Sassafras Roots is yet again a most subtle attempt by Billy Joe to disguise the fact that the band is all about smoking weed at that time, or whatever else they smoke. Sassafras Roots, I'm not exactly clear exactly what they are, but I'm 100% positive they are a form of drug. So the song is about smoking weed all day. So it's essentially Green Day Part 2, the song Green Day from their first album. And so, some of the lines of the song, it's like, it always ends, and usually in each verse the line ends with wasting your time. Roaming around the house, wasting your time, So that's what it's about. Sitting around, wasting your time, smoking weed. I think the chorus goes, I don't listen to it that much. I'm just talking about it briefly, just kind of gloss over it. I don't listen that much, but I believe the chorus is like, well, I think it ends with, may I waste your time too, something like that, So it doesn't last that long. Pretty much, there's a lot of songs on this album that don't last that long. And that's a good thing because, you know, in some cases, maybe you get a little sick of it. And to be honest, Sassafras Roots was never a song I fully enjoyed, but I can respect because that is and was who they were. Number 10, When I Come Around. As you can imagine, this is another song that got a lot of playtime on the radio and on MTV, and it remains as one of my favorite songs. Again, my top 50 list I put together, I can't remember where I marked it. I want to say it was in the top 20. When I Come Around was it was a quote-unquote slow song, but this was one of the slow songs that I actually really enjoyed and I loved, and I think you love it even more because of the music video. The whole idea behind it is them roaming around the streets of their hometown, their city they live in, and you know, there's all kinds of different people that they see. None of them, I can't really remember too many. I think there was like a cab driver, I'm not sure, I'll have to review the video, I haven't seen it in years. The one part about the video is that there was this little girl in a very like old-fashioned, like an 1800s dress, I think, and I think it was her mom was dressing her up for maybe a school play or something like that. It was just this little girl all dressed up, though, like old, you know, like I said, an old-fashioned dress, and she was spying through the telescope at this guy who was like down the street smoking a cigarette. So the video is about, I think, intertwining, like showing the diversity of people and showing the diversity of the city, and at least I think that's what the video was kind of getting across. It's like, see all these different people. The little girl, you know, this isn't important to mention it, but again, it helps with the diversity. The little girl was black, and then you see the white guy on the street smoking the cigarette, and you see other different people of maybe different nationalities and different lifestyles. And, you know, none of them were bad, none of them were portrayed in a bad light. It's just, these are people, this is what they do, they're all different. And the song is, let's see, the song is, I'm going to assume it's about a relationship anyway. The chorus is, no time to search the world around, 'cause you know where I'll be found when I come around, you know. And so, the line, I'm a user and an abuser, kind of leads me to think it's about a past relationship or something like that. Well, I just know it's a great song, and I think it's something to kind of, you know, just vibe to, you know, after listening to some of the earlier, maybe fast-paced songs.